Welcome, everybody. This is Michelle, and we are in the 7 days of healing, and we're working on intuition. And today we are going to work with, do some work around the pineal glands. So Michelle is in my apprenticeship program, and we've been working on intuition, increasing intuition. We haven't worked on pineal gland. I don't know how you guys say that here in America. Okay, so the pineal gland is, it's our spiritual third eye. And according to a lot of ancient cultures, it is the gateway to spiritual life. The ancient Egyptians, in Egyptian lore, they saw the third eye as a solar disk, as a sun disk in the body. So you were shining light on your inner self when that was activated. I think a lot of blocks come when people believe that their inner sun or their inner God they need someone outside of themselves, right, to activate that for them. It can either be someone religious, or a lot of people turn to religion, and then they believe that the priest is the person with the power and the knowledge. But really so many religions, Christianity, all the ancient cultures are informing us that this wisdom, this power is within us and can be activated through the pineal gland. So again, it's really difficult when you have these beliefs and these structures which are really beyond us, that have been set up in society, that there is something outside of us that is going to connect us to that wisdom and knowledge. So the third eye is super powerful. It's able to activate all the other chakras for us. Okay, should I just talk about this? Yeah, so when the pineal gland gets calcified, the way I see that, it's like our pineal gland is an egg, and then it gets this shell on it, right, which is the calcification, and actually physically calcified from what we're eating, what we're drinking, our water. And it's almost like we have to kind of crack that shell for it to be activated. Okay. So, Michelle. Okay, so do you want to share, or should we just get going?
No, I think I'm good. We can just get going.
Okay, so yeah, so our frequency is really governing what we're aware of. So a lot of people will say to me, well, how come I didn't see that, or I didn't know that, when they're like clearing for themselves? And it's just a frequency thing, right? So the more you raise your frequency, the more you're able to see. Okay, so 528 hertz is really, really, it's going to activate your whole body, listening to 528. Yeah, Liesl said medicine, definitely. Medications, lower pineal gland function. Yeah, and the secretion that is released from the vagus nerve, which you can actually see as the tree of life, and it's released through the pineal gland, and it's cerebral spinal fluid, but you can call that Christ oil, Christ secretion. So that is, when that is flowing, then we can know Christ consciousness, Christ within, right? So that's all happening in our brain. So our brain houses our higher levels of consciousness. And yeah, so so we can know Christ from within, and we don't need to ever go outside, and we don't need to ever have someone connect us to that, because we are that, and we have the capability through the vagus nerve and the pineal gland to know this. Okay, so anything else I'm going to, okay, so well, so I was talking about 528 hertz, can just activate all the chakras, sun gazing, staring at the sun for maybe 20 minutes before, just as it rises, and then 20 minutes before it sets, can activate the third eye. Listening to classical music actually is really good right now. Using toning your voice, singing bowls, crystal bowls, listening to that type of sound frequency is really good for opening the third eye chakra and all the chakras. Okay, so we are going to set up. Does anyone have any questions? So we're going to set up how we did last week. So we're going to place our hand to our heart. Okay, and we're connecting through the portal of the heart. Through the higher heart, and connecting all the way into the crystalline core of the earth. So I was shown this morning how it's really important, if you're just starting to meditate, to have your feet, I know we meditate, I know we might meditate with our legs crossed or sitting on a chair, but to meditate in bare feet, with feet on the earth. So we're connecting all the way, that's all the way into the core of the earth, to the crystalline core. So we have that foundation, we have that grounding. Okay, and then we're going to connect to Alcyone, the central sun. Okay, knowing that the sun is within us. Okay, after last week, so many people said, oh my goodness, I felt such a connection to Alcyone. So this is in the Taurus constellation, it's the Pleiades. And if you are connected here, you may have cosmic galactic roots in the Pleiades constellation. So you can go Google that, read about that, and see if that's a match for you. Okay. Okay, so we're connected. And we're just asking for the highest and best for this session with Michelle. And for everyone who's watching, everyone that will watch in the replay. Okay, connecting with Michelle's super consciousness, her super intelligence. Okay, which will be leading us today with this session. Okay. So anything else? No. Okay, so the last time Michelle and I worked, can I share this, Michelle?
Yeah,
okay?
sure.
Okay, so we were working on, what came up around intuition was from an ex-boyfriend, a partner that she had long time ago, maybe over a decade, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, and yeah, there was a weird triangulation going on in this relationship. And we found all these offensive energies and a lot of cords, lots of things going on in her brain that were just blocking her chakras and just blocking any connection to source. Not all connection, but a lot of connection to source. Okay, so I'm just going to tune in here. So Michelle, so we're going through the aspects of consciousness. I'm not directly tuning in, I'm not proxying for Michelle. I'm not going into her energy field. I'm just connecting her super intelligence with my super intelligence. Okay, so I'm just going to ask if we need to continue with this relationship to clear these energies. Yeah, okay. So we're going to do that. So we can ask, it's good to get a baseline with with whatever we're working on. So we can ask, we can get a percentage scale, we can get a scale from 0 to 10. We can do that with the pineal glands. So fully activated would be a 10. So for Michelle, it's like a 4. Okay. So fully online, pineal gland is a 4 out of 10. Okay. So are we ready to work directly with that? No. Okay, so we're going to clear around this relationship more. Okay, so what's the most important? So what comes up is chords. Okay. Yeah, and these are actually with another female. Okay, so should I tell the little story, or do you want
That's fine.
I can do it like in one nutshell. Okay.
Yeah, it's probably faster for you. Yeah.
Else, the man that she was with at the time, he cheated on her with one of her good friends. Okay, so what happened? So yeah, so there's these 3-way chords, and that I'm seeing between the 3 of them. Okay, so there are many different types of chords, many different things you can do with these chords. It is possible to just dissolve chords very easily. You can send chords back to somebody. You can retract it if you've given the chord. Send love and forgiveness to yourself, and have that energy just come back into you, back into your energy field. So we're just going to check. These are... Okay, so these chords actually have an entity component to them. That means that either one of these people or both of these people had an entity attachment. So when they chord, that gets partly chorded also, the entity. Okay, so we're going to send these to the galactic center, the energy of this. So we're asking these to be cut. So when I do this, especially for entity chords, you can imagine a sword that's cutting these, and these are attached to Michelle's brain. Okay, so we're cutting these. It can be ultraviolet light, it can be gold, it can be silver, however you envision that. Cutting these chords. Okay, we're sending these to the galactic center to be contained. All these will just be recycled back to source consciousness for Michelle. Okay, and we did this. Yeah. Are there more of these? No. Okay, something else. Okay, so now we can work on the pineal gland, and that's a yes. So your super intelligence, super consciousness is here. Okay, so yeah, so I'm just seeing what I talked about. So I see the pineal gland, and and I see that it has this shell on it. So we can ask if we can work energetically to remove that. Yeah. Okay, and what I'm hearing is, okay, so I'm hearing hardness. Is that physical? No. So energetic hardness, and that's actually from life, right? Okay, so that's interesting. So let me just tune into that. Yeah, so that's when we go through hardship, and we all probably have this, so you can all check this. It's like a secondary, it's like a residue of all the hardships we've ever had, right, in life, and it creates this, it's created this energy in Michelle that's affecting her pineal gland. Okay, so we're just going to clear this secondary energy that we're just calling hardship. Okay, so I'm just going to positively polarize this for Michelle, this energy that actually is making up this shell around her pineal gland. Okay, so we're coupling the benefits for the group. And if I need this, we're clearing this from myself also. Okay. Okay, and we did this, and this is just, and this is gonna run, yeah. Okay, something else, we just need to wait. Yeah, so I'm just hearing that it blocks the shell. It's blocking connectivity to ourselves and to higher realms. Okay. So is there more of that to clear? Yeah. Okay, so we are going to cleanse, clear, release. This is the same. Yeah, so we're going to cleanse, clear, release this. So that Michelle can have more connectivity within herself and connect to her guides. Yesterday, in 7 days of healing, we worked on identifying our guides, making sure they're all of the light. Okay, so we know I highly recommend that for everybody. I see on average people have around 5 guides. Obviously, you could have more, you could have less, but generally speaking, that's what I see. Okay, check in with this. Yeah, okay, that's Angela says. Yeah, that's exactly it. So to protect ourselves from further hurt and betrayal. Yeah, and when we do that, we cut off our intuition, right, and our spiritual connection. We close this gateway because how could that be open and yet we're shut down? It's like the two have to coexist because we make a choice because we're suffering to shut down, and that shuts everything down. Okay. So can we move on from that? And that's a no. Okay, so this relates to Michelle. More hardness. Okay, and that is, okay, so just more of that pineal gland. Okay, so we're just continuing to clear this. What I'm seeing is this physical shell. Yeah, so if you're feeling any head pressure, we're asking that to dissolve, dismantle. It's kind of like a pressure cooker, Noah. So we're asking for a little release valve here to release all energies that may be building up in the head. So opening any channels that have been closed. Yeah, so just opening. Ah, that's so funny. You too, because yeah, okay, that's awesome. So both Andrea and Jill do light language, and they were the people that just said about the head pressure. Okay, maybe we need some light language, guys. Okay, to lighten it up here. Okay, so we're clearing all the head pressure. Releasing any valves, or just clearing, opening these valves to let this pressure out. Okay, is there anything else I need to do around that? No. Okay. Yeah, so this pressure is the shell, right, that I'm hearing. Okay. Okay, something else that I can do to facilitate this. Yeah. Okay, so who wants to talk to me? Is this Michelle? Your lower self. Okay. Okay, so is that physical? No, energetic. Okay, so you're just showing me, Michelle, like kind of being in, like, it is pressure, but kind of really intense, being kind of squashed in your brain, right? Yeah. Okay, so we're just going to continue to clear this through time and space. Yeah, so it's in our brain, in our skull. Okay, so we're asking for all release channels here to move this. Okay, so we're asking all systems, bodily systems, to stabilize right now. Okay, and that's something you can do at any time if you're feeling any disequilibrium, to bring that back into a state of balance. Okay, something else. No, that's just doing. Okay. Yeah, pressure, vagus nerve. How you doing, Michelle? You're probably okay.
Good. I had a little bit of pressure, but it's good now. So, yeah.
Okay, so we're just asking all systems to balance, to come into equilibrium. So the body naturally knows how to do this, right? So we just have to ask, and whatever's not in alignment with that, cleanse, clears, releases, so that we can have equilibrium and move forward. Okay, so is this anything to do with? No. Okay, can we move forward? And that's a yes. Okay. So Michelle, super consciousness. Next most important that relates to intuition, pineal gland, clear anything around this. Yeah. Okay, so that is, okay, so fear. Yeah, so fear puts a dampener on everything. It does. It's showing me more of the shell. It's like putting a wet blanket over all this circuitry, right? Okay, so and this is Michelle's fear, shared fear, um, mass mind fear, collective fear, over soul. So also your monad group. Is that this group? No, so your personal monad group. Okay, so all fear, emotional energies, trapped emotions, any mass mind fear. So this is huge, right? So this is all from the collective, what we're picking up from mass media, institutions, all these systems that are in place in our world that are telling us we need to do this, we should do this, or this is going to happen. So they're creating all these scenarios of fear within us. Is why it's so important to source your own energy, to unplug from these, and you'll find you're so much happier when you're sourcing your own energy, when you're going within to find the answers instead of relying on other people to tell you whether you're happy or sad, or whether you should be afraid, or what you should do. Okay, so is that just this clearing for all of us? So we're covering the benefits for the group. And we're asking this gateway of the third eye, of Michelle's inner eye, to open as much as we are clearing, and to positively polarize anything that's blocking that opening for her and for anyone. Through all time, space. Okay, so I'm just seeing these chords, more chords. Self chords. These are from a female. Do we know who? Do we need to know? This is Michelle. Okay, so we can ask what we're going to do with those. And we're going to send them back. Okay, so the way we do this, so we're dismantling this cord. And we're sending the energy back to this female. We don't even need to know who she is. And we're sending it back with higher consciousness, higher levels of consciousness, love, forgiveness, for her to receive at the right place, right time. She may never receive that. But we're doing, we're initiating that for her. Okay, so we're showering love and forgiveness on Michelle, on everyone in the group. Balancing, stabilizing all systems, equilibrium, and anything that's not in balance and harmony. Okay, I wish I had some crystal ball right now to tone. Okay, next week. Okay, so really good right now to listen to 528 hertz frequency. Light language, toning with your own voice, sound frequencies. Okay, so we're replacing, so that you're replacing this indoctrination, which it is, from the outside world. We're replacing that with these higher level hertz frequencies. Okay, so we're just waiting, waiting, waiting. So you could kind of see yourself as like a battery pack, right? And we need to charge that up. So and it gets drained. So it gets drained with our drama, our trauma, listening to outside influence, outside voice. So we can charge this up with these higher frequencies. So these higher frequencies are charging the chakras in our brain, in our skull, crown chakra, the third eye, and then we can ask all the lower three chakras, 1, 2, and 3. We're asking to close doors to all those lower dimensional energies. This is where the traumas set in. All the trauma gets attached to these lower 3 chakras. So we're asking to close doors, any fractals, anywhere that's fractalizing these trauma out, anywhere it's just imprinting, recreating anywhere. We're asking those fractals to fold in. For Michelle, and for all of us. Okay, so we're just waiting for this. And connecting through the earth. Okay, we did this. Yeah, something else. No essence. So we're asking Michelle's light essence to come back into her physical body, into her energy bodies. Okay, into her third eye, into her chakras. So we can power those up. Okay, so everything that you've ever been through, everything that you've ever done has prepared you for right now in this time in history, right? So it really is our time to open these channels. Okay, look at this. So all the timelines that we've cleared from, we're folding those in for Michelle and for all of us. Okay, so I'm actually in my mind's eye, I'm seeing the sun god, the Egyptian sun god Ra. Okay, let me just see. Something else. Something. Okay, I'm just gonna wait. That's really strong. Yeah, yeah. This is really powerful. This might be all we can do. So I'm just gonna wait. Oh man, it's good. You guys got massive activation. Okay. And so easy. That was not difficult, right? So you can play this again, watch this again. To get this activation, you can just ask to have your third eye, your pineal glands possibly polarized. That would just be a really, really easy, fast activation. So feet barefoot in the earth, connected to the earth. Being in the sun, being in sunlight, having the sun hitting your body as you're doing this. Extremely powerful. Okay, having hand to heart also opens the portal within the heart, which all clearings are taking place now through the heart portal. All my clearings are taking place. This, are we done? Yeah, okay, so we can ask now, Michelle, pineal gland activated. Okay, so I get 100%. That's really cool. And we really didn't have to do anything. Okay, so as will that stay? Will that hold? Yeah. Okay, so does Michelle have any the shower around her pineal gland? No. Okay, that's really awesome. I'm actually surprised. Some of us. Okay, let's see. Can you test for the group? Okay, so for at the beginning of the session for the group, pineal glands function was on a scale of 0 to 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as a group, and now it's 5, 6, 7, 8, it's a 10. Yeah. Okay, so obviously that's for the group. So individual scores may vary. Oh dear. Yeah, so check for yourself, and just how many hours do we need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours, and then just couple the benefits after 5 hours if you're not at 10. Couple the benefits for what we just did here, what I did, and then watch again. And yeah. Okay, so yeah, next week I really want to do continue with this, doing some more around the vagus nerve and how we can get this secretion to move through the spine more. What's called the Christ oil, the sacred secretion. Okay, which we biologically call the cerebral spinal fluid, right? Okay, so having that freely moving up and down the spine. So yeah, so you want to, again, in 5 hours, activate again. Okay, if you're not at 10. Okay, and I'm hearing it's going to go up. So Angela, Denise, you're posting. Give it 5 hours, it will go up. So what you're at right now will be different in 5 hours. Is that right? And on average, it's going to go up 3 points. Okay, good. Okay, Michelle. Well, that felt short and sweet. I hope that.
Yeah, it was good. Thank you so much.
Okay, so I'm just backing out. Okay, sending massive love to you guys. Thank you so much, Michelle, for being here. And I'll talk to you guys soon.
Okay, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.